Welcome back everyone. We will now be flying leg 4 of the Germany bush trip. Olivia's back.
Hi everyone.
Today, we'll be flying for about 30 minutes from Otto Lilienthal Airport to Halle Oppin Airport.
I'm pretty sure it'll take much longer than 30 minutes.
I agree. This time, I will be flying and controlling the airplane, while Olivia handles navigation and will be our tour guide.
We will be at the airport in Tegel. We have some wind conditions coming out from the west at 15 knots. That shouldn't be too much of a problem flying, but we will see.
Time to click the Ready to Fly button.
We will be flying over Olympia Stadium and continue on to other interesting sites and hopefully make this trip enjoyable, not just for us, but for you watching.
Let's get in the cockpit. I'm going to bring the flaps up. Zoom in the Garmin map. Extinguish the warning light. All right. Let's kick the tires and light the fire. Olivia, can you read the first leg on the navlog for me?
Gladly. Olympia Stadium. After taking off from Berlin Tegel, put your Bonanza G36 in a southwestern heading, and after a short bit of flying, you'll reach Olympia Stadium, the largest venue in Germany for international football games, with a capacity of 74,475 sports fans. The Olympia Stadium is a sports stadium at Olympia Park in Berlin. It was originally built by Werner March for the 1936 Summer Olympics. During the Olympics, the record attendance was thought to be over 100,000. Today the stadium is part of the Olympia Park in Berlin.
All right, before we take off, I'd like to set up some ground rules as we fly to our destinations.
Don't you mean air rules?
Okay, yes, air rules.
Well then, let's hear it.
Rule number 1. The pilot makes the rules. Rule number 2. Rules may be changed at any time without prior notice. Rule number 3. No co-pilot can possibly know all the rules.
Now hold on there. Where did you get these rules?
Why, from the rule book, of course. Continuing on. Rule number 4. Pilots who suspect their co-pilot knows all the rules must change at least some of the rules immediately.
Oh, brother.
Rule number 5. Pilots never make a mistake, and therefore, a pilot is never wrong.
Now just 1 second. That is totally incorrect. Pilots and co-pilots can make mistakes. The pilot and co-pilots, respectively, are equally responsible for the safe operation of the flight and are both well qualified in all aspects of the aircraft operation. So you are already wrong. This leads me to conclude you're making all this up.
All right, you got me. I was only kidding, so let's continue with this flight. Ha ha ha. Well, now that you know I was only kidding, I have a riddle for you.
All right, shoot.
What do you call a pilot that has no body and no nose?
I don't know, Mike.
Nobody knows.
I think you should stick to flying. You'll never make it as a comedian.
Okay, we are at the holding position, but we are not going to hold here since there is no other airplanes around, and by the way, this is just a simulator.
You're breaking the rules. But since this bush exercise is not giving us the option to use the radios, might as well do as you requested.
We are on the runway. All right, let's put the pedal to the metal.
Seriously, where do you get these quotes? Looks like we're off the ground.
Right you are. Time to set up the automatic pilot so that we can use the drones and have a closer look at the area around us. Automatic pilot and all its settings are engaged. Let's go outside and see if we can see the stadium. Go ahead, Olivia, take the drone and take a closer look.
Will do. Olympiastadion is a stadium focusing on sports at Olympia Park in Berlin. It was originally built for the 1936 Summer Olympics by Werner March. It is believed that over 100,000 people attended the stadium for the 1936 Summer Olympics. Olympia Park Berlin is home to the stadium today. All right, now, back to the plane.
Let's go ahead and open up the VFR map. And now let's go to the navlog. Continue on your heading and you'll quickly reach the Havel, a small river that is a tributary to the Elbe River.
And that, to the left of us, is the Havel River.
Just checking to make sure I am flying according to plan.
The Havel, or what Germans pronounce Havel, is a river in northeastern Germany that flows through the states of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Brandenburg, Berlin, and Saxony-Anhalt. It is the large headwater of the Elbe and is about 202 miles long. Let's take a closer look at the Havel River. The city below us is Kladow. Kladow had a former name called Clodo in 1267. Let's get back behind the airplane.
Time to get back to the navlog. Let's read what it says about Templinersee. 7 more nautical miles along the southwestern heading, you will reach Templinersee, a beautiful lake that is abuts the city of Potsdam. During the late 1920s and early 1930s, Albert Einstein sailed on Templinersee during summer vacations.
Up ahead is Nordlich Innenstadt. This is Nordlich Innenstadt, or Northern Downtown. It is a northern and southern city center. The wounds inflicted on the city center by the bombing of April 14, 1945, are still not completely closed. However, one step towards the restoration of the center has already been taken. In 2002, the Fortuna Portal, named after the Roman goddess Fortuna who crowns the portal, was rebuilt. It is the entrance portal to the former city palace, on the site of which the Brandenburg State Parliament is being built. Next to the Fortuna Portal stands the Nikolaikirche Schinkel building and opposite it the Old Town Hall. These 3 dome-crowned buildings border the Old Market Square. Bad Belzig. 22 nautical miles southwest of Templinersee lies Bad Belzig, a beautiful historic town that lies in the high-flaming nature park. A 997 deed, issued by Emperor Otto III in favor of the Archbishop of the city of Magdeburg, first mentioned the Slavic fort of Belizy. Whether this deed refers to Bad Belzig or the neighboring town of Belitz was unclear from the denotation. Nevertheless, both towns celebrated their 1000th birthday in 1997. During his Berlin years, between 1929 to 1932, Albert Einstein and his wife Elsa had a summer house by the lake in Caputh. He kept a sailboat at the lake and sailed on the Templiner Sea and the Havel River lakes. One small trivia is that Albert Einstein was once seriously ill, but was nursed back to health by Elsa in 1917. She would become known for her devotion to him throughout their time together. The couple married on June 2, 1919. As you can see, we are crossing over part of the Havel River on the Garmin map.
Let's get into drone mode.
Just ahead of us is the town of Schweilisee, which borders the Schweilisee Lake. Probably the most beautiful part of a dreamlike Havel Lake chain, the state-approved resort Schweilisee is charmingly embedded in the Mark-Brandenburg landscape between wide pine forests. Situated at the southernmost point of the Havelland, it is one of the largest lakes in the state of Brandenburg with approximately 3 miles of water surface, which can be wonderfully explored by canoe.
I'm going to zoom out the Garmin map for a better view of the area. I'm going to reduce the throttle a bit to avoid the flashing red light on the instrument cluster.
It didn't work, Mike. You still have the flashing red light.
That's okay. It's a flight simulator. I'll worry about it later. Oh no. I just now realized that I did not start the stopwatch, and I am already halfway through the flight. Might as well start it now, even though it's of no use to me. But I can tell you I've been flying for 13 minutes according to the recorder. Desse, a town located at the confluence of the Elbe and Mulde rivers, is located 23 nautical miles southwest of Bad Belzig. So we still have a ways to go before we get there.
Yes, we do. The city of Desse first appeared in 1213. With the foundation of the Principality of Anhalt in 1570, it became an important center. The city of Desse became the capital of the state of the Holy Roman Empire. Desse became the capital of Anhalt-Desse when the state split into 4, later 5, Anhalts in 1603. This area here is Desse. Bear with me while I go through the Google map off screen. I am going to zoom out on the Garmin map.
Trying to find a river on the VFR map and match it up to Garmin map. No go.
While you work with that, I'm going to the drone and scout the area.
Sure thing, go ahead.
We are heading to another town up ahead. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Linth. I couldn't find any history or tourist information about Linth other than it is a municipality in the Potsdam-Mittelmark district in Brandenburg, Germany. But Gomnik, on the other hand, inhabitant about 250 personnel. It is located in the nature park Hoher Flaming, on the Flaming-Opflius Plain. The river drove 2 water mills in the agricultural village.
I finally know where I am on the VFR map and the Garmin map.
That is great, Mike. Time to get back out to the drone. That airport there is Luss Airfield. Luss is a glider pilot's paradise in the middle of Europe. Many large flights and some 1,000 members are regularly flown from here in this open area. The Garmin map says that this is Desse Airfield. This area here is the city Desse. And this is Desse Roßlau.
Let's read what it says about Desse. Desse, a town located at the confluence of the Elbe and Mulde rivers, is located 23 nautical miles southwest of Bad Belzig.
I have some more info. Desse is located in the east of the state and is one of the 3 cities in the state that does not belong to any district, being nestled between the districts of Anhalt-Bitterfeld to the west and Wittenberg to the east.
Let's get down to the surface.
This area here is the city Desse. The city was founded in 2007 during the Saxony-Anhalt district merger process by merging the 2 neighboring cities of Desse and Roßlau. These 2 old cities have come to be considered the 2 municipal subdivisions of the new city. It is located at the confluence of the Mulde and Elbe rivers, with Desse on the left bank of the Elbe and Roßlau on the right bank. It is located on Highway 184, halfway between Magdeburg and Leipzig. Let's see what that small town is. It's hard to tell, but this could be Wohlsdorf or maybe Peissen. Time to position the drone behind the airplane. Let's go into the cockpit.
I want to zoom out the Garmin map. Going to match up the Garmin map with the VFR map. If I can. There. That RPM indicator is bothering me. I'm going to adjust a manifold to turn off that flashing red light. There. Darn, I accidentally kicked the steering column. I want to take a look over this dash for a second. I need to go over to the right.
Watch it, fellow. You're getting too close to my personal space.
Sorry. Nothing much to see yet. I'm going outside.
Yes, do that.
All right, let's go down to the surface. This can also be Lietze. Again, not my destination, but curiosity just killed me. I don't know what this town is, but my guess, it's Coswig. I'm going to fly over this town, just because I'm curious.
There's the River Elbe. And here it is, on the VFR map.
We are almost at Desset. Once we finally arrive at that destination, then our next destination will be Großergottschizy.
I'm going to go ahead and make a slight heading change here. And here on the Garmin map is Dessau-Rosslau. That's where the navlog suggested we travel to. Stand by while I take a look at the Google map off screen.
I am just making sure that we are all correct about our direction of flight. Here is Desset on the navlog.
That's Desset just ahead.
Let's go out and take a better look.
Here we are, Desset. Let's move the VFR map out of the way. Desset is the largest population center within Dessau-Rosslau, with approximately 77,000 inhabitants as of 2006. Most of the town is located on the left bank of the Mulde, south of its confluence with the Elbe. While the Rosslau has approximately 13,000 inhabitants as of 2006. It is located on the right bank of the Elbe, near its confluence with the Mulde, about 7 kilometers north of the center of Desset.
And now, we will make a heading change for our next destination. The navlog reads, change course from southwest to south-southeast and fly to Großergottschizy, a renowned regional lake.
The Google map says to make another heading change to get to Großergottschizy. This here is the southern part of Dessau-Rosslau. Out in the distance is the Paul Grietzau Stadium located right by the Mulde River. The stadium serves as a multi-purpose stadium in Saxony-Anhalt. It is the most modern stadium here in Germany. The Großergottschizy Lake there is located over here on the VFR map.
Okay, now, let's make another heading change to get to Großergottschizy. Let's speed up the drone and get closer to the lake. Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, the grocer gets cheesy.
That sure is a massive lake from up here. Beautiful. There's a small town right near the lake.
Yes, there is. That is the city of Pouch. The village of Pouch is in Saxony-Anhalt, in the district of Anhalt-Bitterfeld. Located on the coast of Muldestaussee, it was incorporated into the municipality of Muldestaussee on 1 January 2010 and lies close to Bitterfeld-Wolfen. A man-made lake, Goitschi is part of New Seenland.
Thank you, Olivia, for that info. Let's get back into the airplane. Still got a ways to go before we get to fly over the lake.
In case you're wondering, this is the town of Muldenstein. The village is situated in the district of Anhalt-Bitterfeld in Saxony-Anhalt. That is a bunker called Hochbehalter. Couldn't find much information about it, but my guess is it's a water tank that supplies the city's water for Muldenstein and surrounding towns. Again, this is only a guess. That, to the left of us, is a hospital in Bitterfeld called Health Center Bitterfeld-Wolfen. It doesn't look exactly like that in real life, but it's real close. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bitterfeld-Wolfen. Okay, Mike, take us back to the airplane.
Will do. All right, looks like our last stop is Oppin. This is what it says on an avlog. Turn into a west-southwest heading and land at Oppin Airport, EDAQ, 12.4 nautical miles from Großergetschiesee.
Oppin is a village and a former municipality in the district Solekreis in Saxony-Anhalt, Germany. Since January 1, 2010, it is part of the town Landsberg. That is the Muldenstein rail power station at the Power Station Road, Muldestaussee, Germany. Probably serving the nearby town of Witschak-Anja.
Thanks, Olivia. So let's make that change to south-southwest and head for Oppin Airport. Okay, the airport code is EDAQ. That's the airport we are looking for, and as you know, that is the Oppin Airport. And if my calculations are correct, it is about 10 miles from Dessa city.
EDDP, or Leipzig-Halle Airport, is not too far away from Oppin Airport. Therefore, I don't want to confuse myself with which airport to land on. Now that we know what to expect, we might as well get the heading changed to Oppin Airport. This here is the correct airport to fly to.
I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem getting to the correct airport.
Neither do I. This here is the Lake of Werbliner See, which is close to the Leipzig-Halle Airport. I'm making sure that we don't head to the wrong airport using that lake as a guide.
I still don't see the airport on the Garmin map.
Here, let me show you. I'll just zoom in a little more on the Garmin map. There.
Now I just feel a little silly.
Don't be. Things like that happen to the best of us.
Okay then, since we're getting close, might as well descend to about 2,000 feet. There we go, we're descending.
You can also turn off the automatic pilot.
Good idea. I'm also going to align the airplane to the runway.
Mike, can you turn off the warning sound for me, please? It's getting annoying.
No problem. Okay, I think I need to make a right turn here and line up the plane to the runway.
I'm going to zoom in on the Garmin map to get a better view for you.
If I stay on this heading, I should be able to see the runway to my left.
I still don't see it. I'm going to zoom in a little more on the Garmin map.
I'm glad you did. According to the Garmin map, I need to make another right turn.
I see the airport now.
"15-degree flaps down." Gear down. Another 15 degrees flaps down. Full flaps. I'm going to try and make this landing as soft as possible.
$500.
500, thanks Olivia.
That wasn't me, you lunkhead. That was the airplane talking to you.
Oh, my bad.
Easy. Easy. Touchdown.
Applying brakes with a slight touch. Flaps back up. Okay, Olivia, what you think?
It was fun. We should do this again for the next leg.
I agree. I'm not sure where to turn to get on the tarmac. Olivia, can you zoom in on the Garmin map to see the top view of the airport?
Here you go.
Thanks. Now I can see what I need to do to get to the tarmac. What do you think about the new plane I bought yesterday? It's a shame I couldn't keep the hangar.
Funny, funny. If I wasn't an AI pilot, I'd be laughing right now. Speaking of which, do you know any silly jokes?
Why, yes I do. Here's one. A US presidential jet has just had a comical makeover, which features a wig painted on. It will now be known as Hair Force One.
Ha ha ha.
Or when a large group of adult male ducks are flying in the cargo hold, it's called drakes on a plane.
Ah, funny. A pun to the old movie Snake on a Plane. Ha ha ha. Here's another. Sometimes planes go in for maintenance when they have cracks in their bodywork. We call them airline fractures.
Ha ha ha.
Don't overthink it. The jokes are plain and simple. Oh, for flying out loud. Ho 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 ho. Okay, enough with the jokes.
Agree. It was a move in the flight direction.
Just looking for a place to park this airplane. Why not park over there?
Good idea, thanks. Okay, now, let's see if I get my successfully completed flag up. Oh yeah.
All right, we did it. This time the flag came up the way it's supposed to.
Thank you for watching, and if you like, can you hit the like button, and also the subscribe button, so we can give you more of this beautiful video. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you again, see you on leg 5 of the Germany bush trip. This is Michael.
And Olivia, have a great day.